Hello, hello, hello. I'm coming to you today after Syracuse went home after the loss, and I wanted to give kind of a little update of what's going, my thoughts about the team, but also I wanted to hit on a couple of comments that were made um, after the tournament in Atlantis. So let's jump right in it. Alrighty. Hope you liked the way I decided to do this. So let's see. I'll start off with a good friend of the show, Tim Primo, and his comment was Jesse made incredible progress and is becoming one of my favorite players. It's refreshing to have a center that can do some damage on offense again. You know what? I am a center, and I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to see Jesse excel the way he's been excelling. Um, he got a tough start last year, found his way into a few games, got his confidence built up. We talked over the summer. He worked with the national team, the national team of the Netherlands, and worked with some other big guys. And he's really made some fantastic progress to the points where I've always felt that he could be. And I got a news flash for you. He's going to get he's only going to get better as he understands what's going on around him. He's a quick learner. He's truly he's going to be a force to be reckoned with because everybody knows how big he is and how much room he takes up. So, um, and then you also said, that being said, he's letting opponents get behind him too much on defense and allowing wide open alley oops, too many points in the paint. Well, I agree with you that there's too many points in the paint, and I agree with you that um, the dunks are coming from behind. But please understand that if Jesse is playing the guy that first comes into the basket and someone gets behind him, that's not his rotation. Someone missed the rotation. If somebody's coming in behind Jesse, that's not his rotation. If Jesse is out in the corner playing the 3-point shot, that's not his rotation. Somebody's missing a rotation, and that's basically what that type of offense is designed to do. They want to get you to play too much on one guy or the other and getting behind them. But true enough, that's you have Jimmy and you have Cole behind Jimmy Cole and Jesse. They've got to really learn to communicate. Now you got to remember this is what their sixth game that they play together. Playing the zone and just playing with other players is difficult to get that down, having played so few games together. But you are right. Got to stop those points from behind, and it's going to be, we got guys that really don't. They're missing some of the rotations, and the other thing that you got to look at, that team that we played yesterday, Auburn. If that's not a Final Four team or a top 10 team, I will say a bad word on television. No, not really. They are an incredibly good team. Now, the thing is, it's going to seem like everybody's missing things, but those guys were big, strong, fast, and seems like all of them could jump out of the gym. So that's going to create a problem for any team that they play against. But I like the way the Syracuse matched up with them until just about the end of the first half. That shows me because that was probably 15 to 18 minutes of quality basketball. As this season goes forward, that's going to become 20, 25, 30 minutes of good basketball, which a lot of times is enough to win important games. Now, okay, Tim, thanks for your comments. It's my pleasure always to see you. Now, what do we have here? Okay. I'm looking for Okay, we have a comment here from Al. Positive, they can shoot the lights out. Negative, they can't, won't make an effort on the boards. No lateral speed, so they can't defend, can't handle the press. Going to be a hard season. Well, I don't agree. In each individual situation, they can shoot the lights out. They can shoot the ball well. What we have to understand is, I don't see it as a negative. They can't, won't make an effort on the boards. That's just not true. When you have players that are more athletic, quicker, get to the ball faster, it will seem as though they're not making an effort. But I guarantee you they're making an effort because they're picking up some good, tough rebounds. But when you have a quality team like we just had, they just beat them to the ball. This is early in the season. They did some things that were good, some things that weren't so good. But the thing that is very important, listening to them talk, they understand that they made mistakes, and they also understand that this team that you saw this week is not the same team that you will see at the end of the season. So I was very glad to hear that. So those are my thoughts about that, Al. Let's see who is here. All right, Keith. Positive and negatives you saw in the team from the Battle of Atlantis. Your expectation for this team for the season. You know, it's you either have a powerhouse team that's blowing through everybody, or you have a good team with the potential to become a great team. The difference is this team that Syracuse has this year has great potential, and the guys are not afraid to work hard. They're not afraid to come out and take it on the chin when you get a tough loss. If you've got to get a tough loss and catch a beat down, catch it early during the season, number one, so you can understand how to solve the problems that you're having. And number two, when you take a beat down like that, I've always felt that it's used as fuel, because anytime you find yourself in that situation, later on in the season, you will find out that you will pull energy from anywhere just so it doesn't have the same outcome. So I like what I saw from this team. There's so much potential. The big things where they got Cole back into scoring. He's a tough rebounder. Jimmy's a tough rebounder. We got Buddy putting the ball on the floor and making people foul him. That's going to create a lot of problems for teams, because they're not going to give you the jump shot. If you can put the ball on and get them in foul trouble, that's huge. Let's see. So I'm very optimistic about this team. They're big, they're strong, they can play. Sometimes they may not be as agile as other times, but I tell you what, if you play smart and you impose the way that you want to play on the other team, you can hide some of those shortcomings. I hope that answers you, Keith. Let's see here. Big thing that I have to talk about, Jesse Edwards. 15 pounds more muscle. He's more athletic. He's offensive minded. He's rebounding is king. He stays focused on rebounding. He was just a positive force in this whole weekend. It was, to talk to him and understand how hard he's been working and how he's trying to fit in, and he works really hard. The coaching staff is putting their time in with him, and it's got to the point, coach is able to see he's got great hands. He's very athletic. He can block shots. When he's in the middle, he creates a problem for the other team. What I look at is when he's in the game, they try to go around him. When he's out of the game, they want to go straight down the middle. That's how you know you've arrived to the point where people are noticing that you are a factor. So kudos to Jesse. Keep up the good work. Win, lose, or draw. After that game finishes, take time to go over it in your mind, and then the next day, roll your sleeves up and get out there and hard work and practice as hard as you can because you will play in a game like you practice. And some of these are my last thoughts. Before I do that, let's see who we want to say hello to here. Hello, Joyce from Texas, and Justin from New York City via Toronto. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't do negativity, so you can save that. What else we got going on here? Jerry Kelly. Jerry says, thanks for doing this. I'd love to see more of Samir and more of Joe at the 2 guard. You know what? I think it can happen. Sweetheart, hi. We got to get together. And just so you know, this is her mommy. And she's been trying to catch the game, but she hasn't. So, Joyce, I will give you a call and I'll bring you up to speed. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Yep. So we have un saluto da Roberto. Un abbraccio mitico Roosevelt. It translates to a big hug to the mythical Roosevelt. Oh, I think I'm blushing. Grazie, Roberto. Here's a little comment here. Brad Morris, he says, I don't think they have the right guys to make the tournament, to make it into the tournament this season. Well, you know what? The good thing is? The good thing is that's your opinion and that's not their opinion. It's tough. They are. Well, actually, I'll answer that question with one of my someone asked me what I thought about the season, and I can answer that question right here. A team needs 8 to 10 games to find their identity. Now, so during that time period, you're going to play well, everything's going to work, and then you're going to play so the wheels fall off the wagon, and then you're going to realize, who's there during the tough times, who's going to be your go-to man. And all of this stuff will happen during that 8 to 10 games. It will help you find out what your identity is. Number 2, they will win games. They'll lose games. They will adjust defense. They will understand who are the warriors. And when I say by the warriors are, who can you go to in a tough time if you want to get an alley-oop or if you want to get a 3-point shot or if you want to bring the ball to the floor. They will understand these things during that 10 game span. And then, and number 3 is patience, which is what most fans don't have. Patience is the fact that it's not a video game where you push a button and everybody learns the rotation. It's basically there's a problem, you go into practice and you work on that problem to the point where you're doing it correctly, and you keep working on it in practice because you will play in a game like you do in practice. But there's no button to push that will make it translate so it happens immediately. We all want it to happen immediately. When I was a player, I wanted it to happen immediately. But you got to have the patience to understand and let in the process, so that 8, 10 games in, you're going to be playing better. 4 or 5 games after that, you're going to be playing better. You're going to start seeing that the team will start improving just because they're spending more time on the floor together. And that's really the most important thing that they'll need moving forward. I got to throw this in here too. Where do you go? Justin L'Oreal. Justin, oh, good morning. It's going to be an uphill battle this season. Coach will always have his team improve throughout, and they will do it again as they did last season. They will need another scorer who can get to the basket and finish. True. The defense need to improve, and rebounding, we need to get better. Absolutely. Rebounding out of the zone is not easy. You have to do it. But they do have to get. They will get better. You're absolutely right, Justin. I agree with you 100%. Like I said before, you either start out with a team that is the bully on the block and they beat up everybody, so everybody runs around and brags about them, or you have a team that has a good base and the potential to get better. And talking to or listening to the players comment, they support one another 100%. They support the fact that Jesse's been working hard and he's been able to come out and be a factor, and they support him after each game that he plays. And then when somebody's having a tough shooting night, everybody's there to support them. I mean, this team has the right mentality to build into something special. I mean, I really like the fact that they all get along well together. I also like the fact that now when Buddy's driving to the basket, he's getting double teamed and he's dropping the ball off to Jesse. Jesse is punishing them. So what's going to start happening is they're going to stop double teaming, and then you're going to see that Buddy's going to get better shots, and then they're going to have to play Jesse honest. But Jesse by that time he's getting stronger. He's getting better at offensive rebounding. He's getting better at finishing. So it's all a work in progress. Thanks, Justin. Good talking to you. Let's see here. Oh, I got to stick this up there. This is from Federico Del Bene. Rosie, the best number 5 in Pesaro history. In Pesaro forever. I played center. That's number 5. And Federico, grazie perché hai provato di dirmelo in inglese. Grazie. Okay, who else we have here? Here's a question. Keith, what are some good places to grab a bite to eat in Syracuse before a game? Watch this. Let me see if I can get my technical thing together here. Banners. I think I got some. I think I can help you. Hold on. Da-da-da. How about that? Keith? The Clam Bar, 3914 Brewerton Road, North Syracuse. The biggest little place in Syracuse. That's a place that I go to, and they have great conversation, really knowledgeable people about Syracuse, and they're Syracuse friendly. So I would recommend the Clam Bar. All right. Let's see here. Get back to the comments. Let's see here. Just checking here to make sure I get everyone. Thanks again, Justin. Justin is a hometown coach that coached my nephew Isaiah and did a fantastic job. And for that, I will be forever in your debt. And I will always remember your daughter at a varsity practice running wind sprints on the sidelines of a men's practice. Hey, she's my girl. She's she's impressive. Let's see here. Here's a good question. Brad Morris, who's the X factor this season? And not named Jesse. Okay, so the X factor I think is well, you took my X factor because when as a center, when Jesse is important enough to call attention to himself, then all of a sudden you got people that are going to be trying to double Jesse when he gets the ball, which is going to end up leaving either Jimmy or Cole open to knock down some open shots. If you'll notice in the past games, these guys, they're getting shots, but they're like, there's a man right in their face. As people start worrying more about Jesse, it's like, as they say in Italian, è coperta corta. You got a blanket, but it's too short. It either covers your head or it doesn't. It covers your head, your feet are sticking out. It covers your feet, your head's sticking out. When you throw Jesse into the mix, the X factor is teams being afraid to leave Jesse by himself and trying to double team, and they're going to have to double with somebody that's a good shooter from Syracuse, and I guarantee you they'll be ready to knock those shots down. Let's see here. Alrighty. No, so get back to I want to get back to my. So like I said, this is what I've seen. A team needs 8 to 10 games to find their identity. This team will find its identity. We know where Buddy fits in. We know the other guys are trying to find themselves. Jesse has stepped up real big. Got Cole to come back and understand where he fits into the game. He's got one of the best jump shots that I've seen, but he's a new guy. You know, this whole portal thing kind of freaks me out because you can have good players come into new systems, but you still have to have that time for them to mesh into understanding how to play together with the players that are already there. And patience. The coaches see the problems that happen, and they're going to set them up, and you got to work out the solutions. You got to understand that every coach that comes into Syracuse, so first you have everybody learns all their plays, right? Then for the rest of the year, the plays that you learn on offense, other coaches take turns figuring out a way to break down your offense. So basically what this boils down to is playing games long enough and together long enough to understand that reading the defense, so when the play breaks down, who are the key players that are able to make something happen. And that's going to be key to see, and it'll be very good for the growth of this basketball team. Now let me see here. I wanted to make sure I thank Fallon and Fallon Family Dentistry, 5109 West Genesee Street, 501 Camillus, New York. Special thanks to Anne Marie Fallon, who just returned home from Atlantis, and they're in the middle of a long day. So thanks a lot for supporting me. And everybody, thanks for your, chiming in with your comments. Feel free to go to either Facebook and to drop your comments in there, because I'll go back to them and I'll read them. I'll go back and I'll read them, and I'll make notes and comments, and we'll come back. We can talk about them again. All right. All righty. Thanks, everyone. It's fantastic getting all the comments. If you put good comments, questions out there, I will put them in there and we can talk about them. Have a great day. Let's see. Let me check and see if we got some sneak. Sue Ashman, hello. How are you doing? Great seeing you. Laura, I'll send you. You might get a fruit basket. That's an inside joke there. All righty. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Arrivederci. Ti saluto.